So, one of the most common things I used to get asked, and still get asked today when I'm showing people new whiskies, is what's the best way to drink this? The smartass in me is always says, with your mouth. But there's a lot of other factors to consider when you're trying something new for the first time, especially with high proof alcohols. Oh, first off is the glassware. This is one of my favorites to drink from, but it's not great for trying something new because what you need for tasting and smelling is a flared base and a tapered tip. Flared base is the spirit or the wine or the beer in the cases like some Belgians, which also come in flared base tapered tip glasses. Um, they spread out, and then you have that funneling effect where you can catch more esters, congeners, and other aromatic compounds, and you'll pick out all the different smells. So first off is the glass. Most bars will have tumblers. The best place to try a new whiskey or new spirit in general is not a bar that's going to give you a tumbler, because although they're hefty and they feel good in your hand, they're really for like if you know this and you're going to drink it for the rest of the night, or if you like to load your whiskey up with ice. Which is another thing. If you're trying a spirit for the first time, you shouldn't put ice or water in it before you try it, because you will change it, and that's not the intention. There's a very prominent video. Last time I saw it, it was on TikTok. Master blender for Dalmore is doing a whiskey tasting. It's completely ludicrous. Look it up. But he waters it down to 35%, and he's already blended it to come out at 40, and that's affecting how it tastes. Now, that might just be because legally you can't sell it below 40%, but it's like when you get a meal in a restaurant and you immediately cover it in salt and pepper, and you don't try the dish the way the chef intended it to be tried, which is the same thing with spirits. Ice, generally, when someone asks for ice, is you should always have it on the side first. Always try something on its own, because that gives you like the base level of what it tastes like. And if you dump ice into your drink, I'm sorry, but you're not drinking it because you want to try new things. You're drinking it because it's a status symbol, and we'll talk more about that at another time. So glassware. If you don't have a sherry glass like a Capita, which is my personal favorite because I'm a pretentious dickhead, or a Tua or a Glencairn, a wine glass will do. Even a stemless wine glass. Next thing is you want to bring it up and you want to have your mouth open as you smell it. It makes you look like a fucking moron. But smell and taste are two senses that are linked. Our olfactory memory is our strongest memory, and I'm willing to believe that taste is very close behind, because I still remember a whiskey I tried last year that tasted like nectarines, and I still crave it sometimes. But these two play off each other. If you go to a whiskey tasting and you have a blocked nose, you're not going to have as good an experience as everyone else. If you have something like anosmia, where you can't smell anything, it's not going to be as good an experience for you. Though I have met people with anosmia who drink spirits purely because they have a strong enough taste to kind of cut through some of that. So as you're smelling, your mouth is open, the alcohol vapor is hitting your tongue, your air passages are both pulling in all these different aromatic compounds, and you're able to distinguish more things. Now it might just smell like whiskey to you, and that's fine. Like, I've done this for 5 years. I can interpret things. Some people might just be jumping into it for the first time and they smell whiskey, or more likely they smell alcohol. And well, we developed these taste and smell as warning systems. Like, something smells bad, you just generally don't eat it or drink it. As your body's initial reaction to alcohol is poison, do not put poison in me. And to shut your body up, you do have to start drinking. That's why the third whiskey is usually the best, because you've acclimatized to drinking alcohol. You're interpreting all these different textures and flavors. But if you're only having one, take it slow. Breathe in, get the alcohol vapor on your tongue, on through your nostrils, and then you'll start to pick out all the other smells. Kind of like if you're in a room that's really loud and really noisy, it takes a while to acclimatize to it. Or when it's dark, it takes a while to acclimatize. Our bodies adapt. Now, another thing is like, how do you drink it? Like, once it's in your mouth, what do you do? Well, once it's in your mouth, it's up to you to decide what to do with it. But some people sip and swallow. Some people, like me, are weirdos and they do what's called a Kentucky chew, where you kind of chew it around a little bit. And to be gross, it mixes with your saliva, so you don't need to add water because you're adding water to it as it's in your system. Um, but paying attention to how it feels on the way down is also another way of seeing what spirit kinds of spirits you like and what you don't like. Like if it kicks you in the back of the throat and you're like, wow, my initial response to this is I want to vomit. Don't drink stuff like that, clearly. If you like the way it feels, you can look for more stuff of that kind, and over time your palate, your tastes, the way you feel things evolves. Like for the longest time, I could not drink malts because they caught me up here and made me feel like I was about to throw up. So I didn't drink them for a while, and then over time my taste changed. Kind of like how in the past I hated mushrooms and now I like them. Everybody's different. And I think that's pretty much it. One final thing is mixers. Like, don't fucking put mixers in your whiskey if you're going to a tasting. Like, they're full of sugar. They're full of, like, additives and external compounds, even the ones that are naturally made. And they do colour up the taste. All you're doing, if you come up to the bar and you order an expensive whiskey and ginger ale off me, is advertising yourself as a rube. And I will say, cool, I can make money off you, and I will sell you progressively more and more expensive whiskies that you ruin with ginger ale. But you feel great, and I make money for the bar. So we both kind of win, but you're still a dickhead.